So, hi, hello. So today I'm doing something that I don't usually do, but I just felt kind of compelled to do it. I'm doing a sketchbook tour. I tried to make one like a few years back, like 2015 and something, but I always got scared off, and it ended up being like 40 minutes of me just yapping about my OCs, and I just got too scared off to share it with anyone. But since then, I've gotten somewhat better at making sketchbooks, and I'm, well, kind of proud of this one, so I thought I'd share it with people. Like, this is the cover. This is the first, like, non-black cover sketchbook that I've ever had, which I guess is why I'm so fond of it. I put a bunch of, like, old stickers I have, like, stuff with my Sona and Deltarune stuff, some things I bought at conventions. I sadly don't have like all the artists' names at hand, but if you're in the Portuguese artist scene, you probably like recognize some of these. And then there's just random stuff I buy at Chinese stores. There's also the back, which doesn't have that much yet. It had like this pride flag sticker that I just glued, but like the colors have completely washed out because it's constantly just scrambling all over my back. But it's alright. There's a little aromantic bat. A watermelon for Free Palestine, a little Spampton doodle that my friends drew for me. Okay, so the sketchbook, I started it originally in November 22nd. Don't mind me if I keep adjusting my sketchbook, because I made some markers on the side of my desk just so I can keep it centered, so if you see me constantly shift it around, it's because of that. But yeah, I decided to record this now because I'm basically like one page away from finishing it, so I figured, it could be like just a nice send-off and to share stuff with people. So I have these traditions when I do my sketchbooks, where I always write the date I started them, and then like a little introductory page for myself. So I started this on November 22nd, 2013, 23rd, oh, I can't say numbers. Yeah, I was 26 when I started this. I'm 27 now. Trans aromantic, raccoon enthusiast, aspiring web designer. That kind of went a little out the window for now due to life circumstances, but I always like having stuff like this, because whenever I get to look back at my old sketchbooks, it's like little time capsules of the person I was when I made them. You can see like sketchbooks where I started experimenting with my pronouns and what kind of stuff I was doing and what was going on with my life at the time. And I think that kind of thing is interesting. Here's my ad and my website and a little sticker from my friend Scree. So this poor page is really awful, terrible first introduction because you can barely see anything on it. It was basically just me just drawing on the bus. Most of the stuff you'll see on this sketchbook was stuff that I drew on the bus, including this. I don't know how I managed to make this as clean as it is while drawing on the shaky bus. I don't know how I do it either. Me basically just complaining a lot about people being loud on the bus, and the little note I wrote to myself, which is tricking themselves into believing that if I'm going to put a lot of effort in this sketchbook, and I'm going to have so many fully rendered drawings, and everything's going to look super pretty and nice. And that's kind of like a little thing I have with my sketchbooks, that the first page is like, I always try to go all out. I always try to, this time I'm gonna do a real sketchbook. I'm gonna do something serious. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be super awesome and something I'm really proud of. But then by like 5 pages in, I'm already like, nah, I'm back to just making simple sketches. So most of these are like stuff people who follow me online have already seen. This is Clippa and Speckle. Most of this is most of the sketchbook is stuff with my Deltarune OCs. You'll see the occasional Deltarune fan art and drawings of my Sona just having existential crisis, but most of the sketchbook is Deltarune characters. This is like this picture of Klieg that I made a while back. I had like a really intense vision for what I wanted this to look like, but my skill just could not capture it. I do remember to do the sun, I put like a little coin here and I just drew around it, just because I really wanted to get the shape perfect, but it ended up looking kind of awkward, and the drawing kind of cut off weirdly here, so I just put washi tape to mask it. And there's another Speckle, because I was trying to figure out what kind of colors he was going to have. Some more doodles. There's concept art. Speaking of which, I this sketchbook has like a lot of concept art for characters for my AU, which I haven't revealed yet, and also some like 18 plus and SFW suggestive drawings, and I went out of my way to like censor a lot of that, so I printed these little labels that, okay, this one doesn't say anything, but it says fucking spoiler. So if you start seeing like pages that have just covering the pages somewhere, no, that's what that is. But yeah, these are like concepts for 2 characters. I've talked about them in my server, so you've probably like, I don't see the use in censoring them, which is Violet and Penny, and like her, this is like a very, very early interaction of Penny, because Violet's like the UV light character, and Penny's supposed to be the invisible marker, but before I decided that she was going to be a lizard, I just kind of had no idea. I was taking notes like ink blot, like paint, boring, maybe squid. I thought of going for squid direction for her, because squids release ink, but at the end I just wasn't too happy with it. This is a random doodle of Mittens that I don't know if I had already posted her when I drew this, because in the sketchbook before this one, like, she had a lot of concept arts. Like, she was a character I struggled really badly to figure out what direction I wanted to go with, but I think that this was like nearing the time where I was finally getting the vibe I wanted for her. Yeah, here's my more stuff. Here's a human host. Here's more sketches for Penny. I was thinking, oh, maybe she could have a paintbrush and shape head because she's a marker, but that also went nowhere. Here's another doodle of Violet, and more drawings of Mittens, just slowly solidifying the idea of her character. This is like random mini comics I make with my co-hosts, and you'll see like a lot of stuff where I have a page with a comic, and then it gets interrupted by something else, and then it continues like 2 to 3 pages later, just because I'm working on the comic and I'm like, I need to finish that, but then I keep drawing, it keeps getting forgotten, but yeah, this was like me when I was on vacation last year. It's just some kind of, not vent art, just kind of complaining art, where I was in vacation with my family, and they were just taking super long, just taking photos, and I was getting pissed off, because I want to keep walking, I want to go to places, I don't want to spend like a whole hour in the same spot just taking photos. And one of my anxiety reactions is when I get anxious, I have the fight or flight, and I need to flight, I need to walk, I need to go somewhere, and since I couldn't, because I'm in a strange place, I just had to sit there, and I just started drawing to distract myself. It wasn't a good trip otherwise. There are like some drawings of lava. It's like Clegan Rules' daughter. More concepts for Violet. I really like the idea of her, but her silhouette is really complicated, because I wanted to have like 3 pairs of arms, and that's still, I don't even know how I'm going to translate that to a sprite, because I feel like that's gonna be really complicated. Like, Clegan is already really hard to animate in sprite because of the arm situation, so the fact that I'm making a character that has even more arms, not to mention eyes, she has like a spider eye kind of thing going on, that I still need to figure out what she's going to look like in the end. Here are more Mittens concepts. The thing about Mittens is that she was based on an old Steven Universe OC I had, who was Cat's Eye. And I've had this OC like Cat's Eye since like 2016 or something, and I've been obsessed with her, because I was really into the idea of the Cyclops cat. For years I kept going, I need a Cyclops cat, I need to make a character based on this, like, I don't want this idea to be wasted on the Steven Universe OC. So like, eventually when I finally figured out what Mittens was gonna look like, I wanted to draw like the 2 of them together, just to see the difference and the progress and what they all turn out, because they're inspired on the same character, and I don't know, it's just cute stuff like that. I really enjoy it. Here's Mittens just hugging a baby Tana. He's so tiny, I'm not even sure if you can see him for the camera. Where is it? He's just a little bean. And there's her hugging Jenna. Well, he's more grown up now. This was an attempt at drawing like something colored with Mittens. Again, the whole thing of, it's a new sketchbook, I'm gonna make so many colored drawings. And you can already see how much I failed to do that. But yeah, I was trying to color this, but then I realized I didn't like the shades of the pencils, and I was trying to make it work, but it just started really angering me. So I just put a little cat sticker saying thank you, because orange cat, so I figure it fits. This is Mittens hugging Cleek, because she's a little skinny stick man. yeah, this is when I was like starting to study web design, which I was doing at the time. I started like in October, November, around the time the sketchbook began. And I was like trying to make website concepts, and I was mostly just struggling a lot because I don't know, it just wasn't clicking. I kind of knew I would have to be doing stuff that I wasn't comfortable with and stuff that went against the ways I learned to do things, but it was really hard to adjust. Although I was trying my best. I was kind of freaking out, but it is what it is. There's more Mike and host. Yeah, there's a continuation of the comic before, which was like, it's just basically like that one plot hole I have where Mike is a microphone, just, and his body is literally just a microphone, but he wasn't always like that. But then around the time when Tenna was born, he has his body fixed again, so I never fully figured out how he got fixed again, and how he broke again, so this was like, it's a whole, just don't think about it. But I was thinking about the scenario where he would break again, and I imagine like he would be like under immense stress, like he was like missing his kid, and he's like he's having like a relapse, like he can't move, he's just reliving the entire thing of he can't feel his body, doesn't know what to do, and yeah, it's just sad stuff, you know how it is. This is some cringement art. What is this? Yeah, you can pause to read my incomprehensible handwriting if you want, but it's just personal stuff. Here is host clapping to mittens. I don't know why I did that. I'm still like not fully sure what their relationship is. Like I know host tolerates her, but I mean host likes her, genuinely likes her, but it's also like it's stuff I still have to flesh out. This was a mic I was drawing based on that maracas emoji. If I do any editing on this video, I'll probably like put him on screen just somewhere so you can see what he usually looks like. But I never got around to finishing him because the markers I had were weird. This is more mittens. These are like, yeah, there's some notes for the DAU when I was figuring out the whole channels trio. Because I have the director, head chef, and newscaster, which was what eventually became Rain. But those concept arts are further on in the sketchbook. Here is lava again. I just really like the idea of drawing her with roller skates. I think it really fits her aesthetic. Some web design crap. Just more lava. This is me complaining that I got to the bus too late and now I'm dealing with traffic. Because a lot of these were drawn when I was like, I wasn't working yet, but I was only doing my web design course, which was at like 7 p.m. at the time. So a lot of my day was just like waking up at 4 p.m., leaving in the house at 5, and just being stuck in a bus. And yeah, just most of the stuff that's here was drawn on the bus. So yeah, not very interesting. Here's a drawing of Button. You can tell it's Button because she has the big glove. But you can tell I hesitated because I also was like unsure. This is like a random drawing of my OC Rick from Dreamer Universe and my old OC universe, but I don't talk about those guys that much anymore. There's a little Mike and Host. He has human versions. I wanted to draw like Host working on paperwork and Mike just bringing them like just some foods, some millwife behavior. This is a Sonic. That's just a Sonic. I just drew Sonic because I felt like it, and he's flipping you off. Because back then I was drawing this with a friend, and it was just like he was just doing the pointing the index finger up thing, and my friend was like, "Oh, I looked at that, and it looked like he was flipping me off." And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then I just erased it, and I made him do the flip off, and that's it. That's the whole tweet. That's the joke. That's it's not that fascinating. It's just a random Sonic flipping you off. Angles, perspective, don't know them. I was trying to do a fancy angle, but I have no idea what's going on here. I just gave up on it. Commission stuff, some concepts. A random Bill Cipher just here. When I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and color stuff again. And then I do 2 drawings and then I forget it already. Here's another Mittens. I think I already had like her figured out by then. Look, I expect a lot of like the art of Klieg and rules, like the OCX canon. My brain is just melting. So I have a lot of that, and it's mostly just a lot of like mini comics. I've already shared these on my server, so you just get to see how they look on the actual sketchbook. This was like a little doodle I was gonna make of Tenna and Button and Match, just like, just sleeping together, just like chilling out or something, but it just got like this, and I got too bored, I couldn't figure out the pose. Here are more some concepts for Penny. I don't feel like censoring her because I felt like I'm close to like finally getting a proper design for her. Like I don't have much to say for that yet, but I've mentioned there plenty of times already that it's no longer a secret that she's a character that exists. Because like she's the invisible marker darkener and my tablet is falling. Oh my god. Okay, let me just adjust this real. But yeah, I got really fixated on the idea of the chameleon Because, like, there's that trope, like, in Sonic, you know, Espio, like, he turns invisible because chameleons change colors and that kind of thing. And, oh my god, why is my angle weird? It's gonna be bothering me the whole time. Hold on. Okay. But she's a chameleon, and the thing is, like, the invisible ink, and, like, so you can't see the invisible ink, so, like, most of the time, like, she's transparent, or you can't really see what she looks like, and that's why she's in a duo with Violet, the ultraviolet light girl. Yeah, when I actually get proper art of them done, you guys have a better view of my vision for them, but right now just these black and white doodles don't do any justice for what I have in mind for them. They're like more concepts, and I just ended up like overcomplicating it, and I just sort of like simplify here. Consider spriting first, because I want to try like eventually maybe like just spriting characters first, and then based on the sprite I actually draw from that, but it's doesn't work too naturally for me. This is more ideas for her. And here are some thumbnails for the host video with Echo. You're gonna see a few more of those up ahead. Here's just more lava stuff. This was when I was getting my job. There's like a bunch of notes of like salaries and schedules and a bunch of technical terms. I just put it on my sketchbook because that's the piece of paper I had at the time. Yeah, Penny face, just more stuff with lava. I really like how she looks here. She just looks so tiny and cute, and the little bootsies are just I love her so much. She's so sorry. I feel bad because this was the comic where she was asking to watch like Neverending Story because it's a movie that scares her. And then I drew her here alone, like with the blanket, but the idea was that Klieg rules were going to be next to her, also like comforting her while she was scared, but that never came to be, so she's just here alone in a big blankie. Just poor baby. More drawings of Penny. Like here, like I wrote a note like this is straying way too far from the Deltarune style, which is in of itself is already like really ambiguous and is open for a lot of interpretations. But I felt like I was straying a bit too far, and I could use to go back a bit. There's some more. At some point, like I drew a lot of Pennies. Like I was just like trying so hard to get her design, but I don't know if it's after this page or something. But eventually they just stopped because I just gave up, and I'm like, okay, you'll come to me when you come to me. So I'm not gonna keep forcing you to work. Here's the mittens. And here's me, and my try not to get fired challenge starts today, this was when I started working, and when my life just became a massive fucking headache. But yeah, like, try not to get fired challenge. I was just being really pessimistic, like, yeah, that's assuming I'm get hired at all, and I've been working there for like 11 months now, so I guess I didn't get fired yet. Update, it went well, but I'm passing out, and I want to go home, and I won't be able to go home for another 6 hours. This was going to be the rest of my life starting this year. Okay, so more Penny, more concepts, more messy stuff, but eventually I just gave up. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is when I was doing the video for host with Echo, and the rest of the ideas I had for it that I never did anything with, because Mike is supposed to appear at some point, and then like the background changes, and then there's like a point in the video where they would turn into Omega, but I just ended up making that one portion of the video that's currently posted, and that's it. That's all there was to it. Because I really would like to like have the whole version of this planned out, but I just never got around to it. Here's a human version of Host as Omega, because I really enjoyed the idea of them in the whole angelic fit. I think it's interesting. Oh, this is when I was getting desperate because I couldn't figure out what Rain was. Rain, we know the third channel leader, because at the time I had no idea. I just drew Klieg and Mittens, and there's a placeholder in development hell. So like, where are they? All I knew about this character was that they were blue, they had one eye, they were kind of emo, and they were weather or / newspaper themed. That's it. That's all I knew about this development hell character. I couldn't figure out what they looked like, what the motivations were. So there's a few of that. There's just like them commenting on them being AFK. It's more. Yeah, this is like me just slowly like accepting that maybe I can do a job, like just getting some semblance of self-confidence. And a random note of, hey, yeah, by Outcast is very aromantic core, which it is. I'm sorry that song is just, it just speaks to me. It's more click card art, because there's a lot of these. There's gonna be a lot of these. Some random doodles of host and mic, just a sad mic here. Here's another sad mic, but you can barely see him. He's just a little bean just laying down. And there's a happy human mic, because I had seen like this tutorial online on how to draw like fat man, and like the focusing on the idea of the double chin. I tried to do that just to see how I liked it, and I really like it. I think it turned out really cute. I need to draw him more. It's just really hard to get the face right. And he's wearing an apron with Mitten's face on it. Don't know how that even works. This is when I just randomly started drawing Sonic OC versions of my characters. I tried to do a clique, but he was like just weird and I couldn't get him to look right. There's host. Mike here is very tiny. Another clique doodle with Susie just in the background. And there's, here we go. Here's the first spoilers. There's a bunch of stuff for the web design course, but then there's a concept art for he who must not be named. But I was studying and working at the same time when this stuff when this was getting drawn, and I was just not dealing well with it at all. I don't know if this was before or after I got kicked out of the house, because that also like was great for my mental health at the time. But yeah, I just realized this video is more of a 2024 retrospective than anything else. It's just Mittens being a cat. Because she likes Mike so much. They like each other a lot. They have a lot in common. It's really cute. But it's also like the whole thing of she's a cat and he's basically like 2 steps short of being a mouse. Just more click card stuff. So I tried to draw rules with Lava and Lancer, but I didn't like how it looked, so I just kind of stayed like this. Random host, more web design stuff. And here's the rain concepts. When I finally figured out, oh, I want an umbrella. And I didn't know what I was going for with the umbrella. I was really fixated on the idea of the newscaster, like something with the word caster, like oh, could be like a wizard, or they cast spells. But then I got like weirdly bothered by, oh, caster, it sounds like gaster. What if people start making connections that aren't there? And it was the whole thing. But yeah, Rain was a lot more. I always intended for them to be more like androgynous looking, androgynous kind of mask looking, but it's funny because she became. Are we back? Yes, we're back. So, another funny thing about Rain is that I don't know why, I don't know how I can explain this, but spiritually this OC hates me. Every time there's a mild inconvenience, she's always involved one way or the other. So you could imagine my expression when I was checking the tablet to see if this was still recording, and I saw that there was a storage full warning, and I'm like, oh no, I hope my video saved. And it paused, it cut off immediately on the Rain concept art page, which is like, wow. Like, I can't make this shit up. I already forgot what I was talking about, but I didn't lose that much progress. I just advanced like 2 pages. Rain, she's an umbrella. I had the idea of I forgot if I said this or not, so I'll probably cut it off if I already did. And the thing with caster being like, oh, like casting spells like a wizard. So I had this idea of her having like a wand or something, like she could point at things, like casting lightning spells. But that was good. It's kind of stupid, kind of like just didn't go anywhere. But if you look at all the old art I made of her, like it all looks like that. She always has like some one thing pointing. There's like some monoid freaks. Finally had the 3 of them. Like they needed to all have just one eye. Like this was never like an intentional choice. Like I just made click first, and I'm like, okay, this guy exists. Then I decided I wanted a cooking channel character, and she ended up being based on that old Steven Universe OC that I had, who also had one eye. I made this twice, so I think it would be weird if the 3rd character didn't have, like, also just one eye. So that's kind of why I was really stuck on that idea. There's more stuff, just like clay with flowers. I really wanted to hold him, just having a bouquet given to him. Just like Mittens again. Sometimes I get like random dialogue ideas or like just little sentences that I think could be funny written somewhere. So I literally just wrote, "It's lights out for me." I don't know who would say this, in what context. I just have it here. So if it's some video in the future you randomly see that sentence used from that's where it came from. Rain doodles and a tiny mic here. This is Mittens because I wanted to draw her paws and like just figure out the anatomy, but I drew her way too big and she didn't fit in the page. Here's more click card stuff. I really like this one where he's like, Rules is just putting his hand over the flappies and they just go down naturally. I think that's really cute. Like Click doesn't control it. They just go down and Rules finds it like really endearing. It's very cute. My thing's still recording? Okay, no, I'm gonna be paranoid and checking constantly. But this is some human AU stuff. I drew human Mittens. I kind of wanted it to have some like feline features. So like maybe the rounder face and like the more cat-shaped nose, but I can do better. I'm still not fully sold on this. I will figure something out for her. Here's Click. It's just his hair gets longer the more I draw him. I think he's really cute and it is what it is. I was going to draw rain here, but they just became a circle because I looked at this umbrella thing and I'm like, what is this? How do I turn this into a human? I mean, I succeeded. You can tell like these two are the same character. So I've managed before, but with Rain I was just really confused. Here's Rain again. And this was when I noticed that my iPad stopped recording. So, it's Rain. Here's a pigeon. This is Rain with that You Are My Sunshine, my only sunshine song. Because I'm still trying to figure out what her eyelashes look like. And I just want like something really dramatic. And speaking of dramatic, here's that one comic I made with the channels. I really like this. I wish I wasn't like lazy and just left it in this black and white state. Because I'm really proud of this. I think it really like, it's a good interaction between them. Like Rain is really better and I hope like this is vague enough, but like one of those vague enough things where when I reveal things from the plot, people are gonna be looking at this and be like, oh, so that's what that meant. That kind of feeling. I'm going for that, but it's gonna be a while until people get it. I love Click so much. He's really like fun to draw expressions for, like really challenging, but I'm always like happy when I succeed to draw him because it's very subtle changes, like either in the eyebrows or like in the way the flappy things. I'm not calling them barn doors, that's stupid. I'll keep calling them flappy things. I know what they're called. I just refuse to care. Here's more rain. I think I was finally getting the hang of her. Oh, there's this fucking spoiler. So the entire page is spoiler. It says concept. So this is some of these I covered up and I already forgot what they were. So but it says concept 2, 3. So repeated concept art of a character I haven't revealed yet. This is some mic notes. Like Mike Design Crimes is like his teeth always have to be visible. If they're not, he looks like just really cursed and wrong. But then when you draw him with teeth, he also looks weird. It's also just random lore, like microphone darkeners are naturally musically gifted. Well, I'm remembering now, this is when I was in the process of getting kicked out of the house and my cat had to be moved to my dad's house for a moment, so I was missing her so much. I was just looking at photos of her and like trying to draw her, so that's why there's a few doodles of her here. What else do I have? Just more Click card stuff. I'm cringe and I'm embarrassing, but I love them so much, so I'm not reading them out loud because I get like secondhand embarrassment, like positive secondhand embarrassment. I love them. They make me really happy. This is Host and Chris playing the piano because I want to have like that connection somewhere. I don't know when or how I'll implement that. I'd like to have like some scene where Host starts playing the piano and Mike starts singing, because I keep implying that Mike can sing. Mike does sing. It's kind of the whole thing of microphones, but I never like do anything with that. But I like the idea of Host and Chris playing. I think there's just something there that I really enjoy. This is like a random dramatic art of Click that I also didn't get to finish, but I really like the composition I was going for. I actually ended up like not redrawing this, but like reattempting this concept, because the idea is that he was gonna be in space and it was gonna be like stars around him. So because like he's the sun and there's like planets orbiting. I don't know, I just like that a lot. But the sketch did not do it justice. More gay people. Just some random ballpoint drawing. I wrote some nonsense sentence here because I think I had forgotten about my mechanical pencils. I just had a ballpoint with me, so I just drew this. Then I drew rain on the paper towel. The 3rd of March 3rd, 2024. Okay, so this is for March. What else is here? Oh yeah, I bought the raccoon covers for my Switch. Cause I've been eyeing these for so long. I've been eyeing them for so long. I was like, they're me. They're perfect for me. They're raccoons and they're pink and blue. And every time I saw them on the store, I'm like, that was made specifically for me. Why have I not bought that yet? And then I had money, and then I just decided to finally get it. And then I cut off the things from the package, and I just put it on my sketchbook. And I was going to, just try to do a whole drawing with it, but I just didn't get much ahead of it. Here's Mittens again. Here are the initial concept arts for Cherial and Yule. And it's weird seeing them now, because I'm currently, like, I'm working on them again after all these months. If this was March, and it's November now, like, they've been just sitting in development hell for a while. Here is... Can you tell what it is? This is a Twilight Sparkle Band-Aid, because I was having, like, a lot of anxiety issues. I still do, but I was having something where I was scratching my face a lot, and I ended up just making a weird, just gross marking on my cheek, and I just ended up putting a whole band-aid on my face with Twilight Sparkle Band-Aid. And then the band-aid was too big, so I cut the tips and I just put them on my sketchbook. And I put more tips here. If you deal with me sometimes, you know that every now and then I just freak out because hypercubes exist and I'm obsessed with them. And I saw a lamp that looked like a hypercube for sale when I was like looking for stuff to redecorate my room. And then I found out that the bubble tea place I go to also has that same lamp, the hypercube lamp, and my cats would destroy it. There's no way I could have something like this in my room and not have it on the floor in 5 minutes. But I was just really upset that the lamp was so expensive, but it was a hypercube, and I just really connected with it. Because I just kept dreaming about it. But this was during my brother's birthday, when we went to a restaurant, and I just told my dad to draw something. He was like, "Oh, but I can't draw." So I just wrote like the stuff we were ordering at the restaurant, and then he drew a mouth and a burger. So it is what it is. Here's a Kirby sticker from my friend over like some personal stuff that happened at home. Like the sticker got ruined, so I just glued it on the sketchbook, and yeah, this is NSFW stuff, so I'll just pretend it's not here. This is a little dog creature I once saw in my dream. I think I remember talking about it. Like, its name was Walter, and it had like this, it was like tiny white dog, but it had like this single eye on it, and the fur around it was like a rose. It's weird to explain, but like if you stared at it, the dog would do something. I don't remember what it was. Also, there's like just some restaurant paper towel doodles. Just some random stuff with hosts that I've had just laying around here. I could probably barely see that. This is... Okay, before I show this I just started gluing like paper towel stuff, because I sometimes like drawing on those. It's like, yes, Portuguese beer. I think this was like some vent art about being a romantic. I don't remember, but there's a lot of comments like, I'm enough by myself. Seriously, only I can make myself whole, and it's kind of a lot, but I'd rather be like this. It's a feeling I get a lot about being a romantic. Like I love the idea of like, I feel like I don't need a second person to complete me. I can be a full person by myself, but it's also a lot that sometimes it's really fucking tiring, And then I drew my host getting married, robot wedding. But yeah, this is just dumb stuff. This is like a infection AU art. Back when like those MLP AUs were around, I tried to make something with my OCs, but it also like didn't get ahead too much, because it's the whole thing. Like this concept is actually kind of canon in my AU. You can see it in the Hyperpop Tena video, where his hands just start going dark. Like that's the infection in this take. The idea is like you can like catch it, and it depends on like despair and stuff like that. There's a whole lore for it that I just couldn't be bothered to write out. And here's an amalgamation of host Jevil and Spamton, because something secret bosses. But yeah, I think that didn't go anywhere. Oh yeah, this was when I had a dream with Rain, and I was like, oh, my OC Rain in my dream, and the only thing she told me was that their pronouns were she, they. So if you don't know my characters and you were like seeing me review the sketchbook a short character that says they them in the concepts, and then I'm using she her. That's why. Yeah, that's that source. When your C tells you themselves what their pronouns are, you just, I mean, there's nothing I can do to say against it. Okay, this is the sketch for that Kligan Rules drawing that I made a while back. This was like a hot sticker from some food I had. I can like put on screen what this thing turned out like, because I really, like, I had the vision of this drawing like in my mind that I couldn't like rest until I put it into paper, so I put everything down and I had to draw it like immediately. Oh yeah, just then Marvin the Martian, just because I bought this keychain, and I'm just like, I love Marvin, I just felt compelled to draw him. This is more rain stuff. Oh yeah, this is the famous, I love this stupid drawing, and she's so tiny here. It's the keep yourself safe rain. I don't even know if I'm gonna get in trouble with YouTube or whatever platform it is that I'm posting this on for just having this stupid joke drawing. This is allegedly a joke in Minecraft, and you will never say this. But I love this so much, like the drawing is so fucking tiny. It's just Mike saying cut to commercial. And this is like how I feel about loving Mike and Host so much, but then I have a hyperfixation on Klieg. And also it's a joke because he's a spotlight, but he's also under the spotlight, and I don't know, visual comedy, I guess. Don't expect like that good content to come from here. Oh, this was like an idea I had for an animation, but I also didn't get away with, because you know, like in Deltarune there's like the TV itself. When Chris and Susie at the end of chapter 2 they turn the TV on and it shows like the Godzilla movie and the cooking channel and the weather channel. Like I want to like do something like that, but like on Host screen, but it's with Mittens, Klieg, and Rain, because like I don't think I made it clear that those three are based on the channels that show up on chapter 2, but it's been a while. This has just been here forgotten. Klieg card stuff. This is like that little comic where Lava was like stuck in the theater curtains and they were like trying to figure out how to get her down from there. You know, but just being great dads. And yeah, this went on for a while. You get to see how it looks on my actual sketchbook. It's like these are really, really sloppy. I'm not even sure if they're readable for this angle, but it is what it is. Yeah, she just keeps going. Just keeps going. Look how long this is. Like, but yeah, then they rescue her, and they need to baby-proof this place. And there's this Mittens after eating a fuck ton of catnip brownies. This has just been an ongoing joke. This is Mittens in a beach wear, like a I can't say words. I'm sorry. Swimsuit, and just taking Rain and Klieg with them, and it's just really funny because like. Really funny to me, because Rain's like, Klieg is literally a light robot thing, Mittens is made of fire. Why are you people going to the beach? You are both going to die. Only Rain can like just survive because she's this water cloud thing. But it's just, I just thought it was funny, just the beach episode tropes. But yeah, that didn't go anywhere. This is more Mike and Mittens just being silly, and more Klieg card stuff like they should call me. And then there's no phone number. I feel like that's a gag you could see in the game, because that's the kind of humor I try to go for. This is that drawing of them with baby lava. I'll probably show it the finished one on screen. Just like more smaller doodles of it. This is me. I wanted to like figure out the anatomy for Klieg, how his back would look like when it comes to shoulder blades, but then I didn't care. I just like, you know what, I'll just never draw him from the back. I say there's this whole other comic which is like a religious thing. I don't even know how to describe this. There's a religious crisis, thinking queer identity. It was really personal to me. I remember when I posted it on my server, a lot of people seemed to enjoy it. I hope I never got out and post it online, but I like it a lot. It's very personal to me. This is like doodles from a fanfic I was writing. I haven't shown this guy yet. He's not really a spoiler. He's one of those, I say he as in neutral, I don't know what this thing is, because it's one of the enemies you meet in the cable. The idea is that it's a fish fish character as like maybe a TV head, but I'm thinking of like the TV head instead of being like round to look like an aquarium, and it has like fish scales, but instead of fish scales it would be like TV antenna, and the tail could be like a hook. And the idea I had is like this thing has a status effect which is hooked, and it shows like a really exciting show to a party member, and it prevents them from attacking because they're like so excited to see what's on TV. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole tweet. Or like me just exploring that concept some more. There's that concept of I haven't spoken about this in the video yet, but there's like this other darkener enemy in my AU that's like the cupcake cats. They're like half cat, half cupcake. And I imagine like if the two were like in the same battle, like if the cat got hooked, it would have like starry eyes and start like barfing rainbows. Just that kind of neon cat trope. I think it would be really funny. This is when Book of Bill came out, so you can like start to pinpoint when these are in the timestamp. I don't know. I don't always put dates on my drawings, but sometimes you can tell from context when things are done. Oh yeah, when I was yapping about Hypercube earlier, and I was just going crazy because oh yeah, Bill Cipher is just like me for real, because he's obsessed. He's a 2D being who's obsessed with 3 dimensions, and he wants to get there, even though it would destroy him or this entire world. And then there's me, who's obsessed with 4 dimensions, even though I'm a 3D being. And I don't know, I just thought that was really funny. He's just like me for real. Spoiler. Well, this is when I got the Clique plushie, and I was so sad because I had to go to work and I missed him. I just wanted to see him. Here's a human rain. Drop dead. I'm still like trying to figure it out, and she's just, I don't know why she's drinking some kind of drink that has her face on it. I don't know. She's drinking rainwater or something. Here's Button, I think, or maybe it's Match. I don't know. It's hard to tell when they're not colored. Here's spoiler. Yeah. More drawings of the fish, more fanfic doodles, more stuff I can't show. Yeah, this is another host doodle I like a lot. I got like one of those big pens that has like a bunch of colors on it, and like I wanted to do a drawing that utilized that just to see how it would turn out. I really liked it. I never got around to posting this because I don't know, I guess I forgot or something, but yeah, it's here. Here's human host being misgender and called a guy, but they're a public figure and they have to pretend to be polite about it. Yeah, most people already know how I feel about the host misgendering. It's really frustrating because I'm like, I don't want to make a whole scene, but like, it's like I keep saying, like, please just stop comparing them to other TV characters. It's annoying, and this is poorly censored. I'm gonna have to censor this in video because it's dialogue of stuff that's not very child-friendly. But yeah, here's Lava. Here's Lava in a little spacesuit, because I really wanted to draw that. Here's the stupid larva Clique drawings that we were talking about the other time. The other time, as in like, I'm mainly making this video for the people in my server, so there's a lot of inside jokes here. But yeah. When the Barack emanates. This was when we had an earthquake at 5:11 a.m. and I was really fucking confused, like, what? And I did the natural reaction that one does when there's an earthquake at 5 a.m., which was tweet about it. Then I had a bit of a crisis about, oh yeah, if it was like a real, like, serious earthquake, I would not be prepared. Then I drew Rain making fun of me for it. More Rain and Mittens being silly. Mittens again. There's Swatch and Spampton, who I'm still obsessed with. I'm sorry I don't draw them anymore because I'm too fixated on my OCs. This is... I could like make a title of this sketchbook, be like, oh, Deltarune sketchbook, but it's mostly just OC stuff. But yeah, there's Clique in pajamas. He has worm. His shorts have worms on it. I thought that would be cute. There's more larva Clique, and just rules just being like, yeah, that's my headcanon. Here's more baby Lava, and just her doing baby stuff like burping, and her dad just being really happy about it because she's so cute and perfect, and they love her. Oh my god. Okay, there's something. What am I covering here? Oh, it's just a regular rules print. Because I got like a thermal printer, and that's where most of these came from. And at some point I just started printing a bunch of like stupid shitpost images. So there's gonna be a lot of images that have nothing to do with anything. Here's a baby Mittens, a baby Rain, because this was also like conversations from my server. This is a character I haven't revealed yet. There's like a silhouette here, but this is stuff that I'm just... She'll probably look really different from this, so like this, I barely bothered covering the body because I just covered the info of what she's supposed to be. Here's another character. You get to see the pants, but that's it. Just spoilers. More spoiler characters. You can probably, you can kind of see from underneath this. You know what? If you can see from underneath this, congrats, you've earned it. This is supposed to be like a Delta Fell mittens, but that's kind of also didn't go anywhere. This is Tess, which is a character I made a while back that I just didn't do anything with. He's supposed to be like a Tesseract or something Hypercube Man related. That just was, I've mentioned Hypercubes like 3 times this entire video, if not more, so. But I still want to like get back to this. I think the Bill Cipher stuff becoming popular again kind of reminded me of this character, so I wanted to try that again, but it's just here. Okay, this is like another thing where I wanted to draw like lava having a little nightmare, or just something and just going to her dad for help. And this is not inappropriate, this was just like a leaf. A cute leaf that I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera. I got this like back in December, and then I just kept putting it in pages ahead of my sketchbook in a kind of oh yeah, I'll glue that on a sketchbook later, and then I never did. Until I got to this page that I was like, yeah, I'll just put it here, sure. It's whatever, because I wasn't going to finish this comic, and it was like just white space here. This is a Human Rain. I decided that I really like the kind of a yokai, like Japanese version, the Japanese like themed design for her, like having a little horn or something. This is suggestive, but I think it should be fine. If you've seen this, anyway, this was all ballpoint pens drawn on the fucking bus. I drew this on the bus like an idiot, like a moron. it was with the same, where is it? The same pen that had like just a lot of colors on it. It was the same thing. Where did I put that? No, I give up. The host drawing I showed earlier, a bunch of colors. It was with the exact same materials. I just wanted to see how much I could do with just limited materials like that. It didn't have gray, so I ended up just mixing a lot of like blues and yellows and just a bunch of random colors just to mimic the kind of metal look to it. This is Klieg again. What a surprise. And the picture of a spotlight that I just printed when I was testing my thermal printer. The idea of the drawing is that he's supposed to be doing the, when you do this thing for like film, or like trying to set the scene, and I wanted to draw that, except he has 4 arms, so like that, it makes him look extra silly. But I didn't get anywhere with that. More spoilers! There's a Human Rain. I tried to reference like some actual people faces to get the idea of her, but like, I like her a lot, but I still haven't like done much with this. Because the Human Rain was just kind of its own thing, I don't really do much with it. But yeah, spoiler. If you can read the stuff that's here, congrats. You get free lore. I'm not gonna explain it. Here's a swatch. I forgot why this swatch was sad. But they just are. Then I just drew a swatch. Again. The dialogue is just, who drank my paint water? And there's like Spamton in the background just slurping. Just jokes. Here's just Mike being round and pudgy and cute, and I love him. Here's my Sona. This is like some vent art thing, I guess. I used the thermal printer to print the little picture of the cat that I'm happy because everyone loves, because I love that image so much. It speaks so much to me. And I just printed it and I colored it to look like my Sona. And the colors look horrible. But I still wanted to glue it because, like, life has been really tough, like, this year, and I've had, like, the support of so many people and friends and everything, and I couldn't be more grateful, and, like, this is how I feel. And I'm happy because everyone loves me. Maybe not love, but I got the support, and that's something I'm grateful for. There's more Mike and Spamton stuff. This was a little, also stuff I printed with a thermal printer. This was a gift art of Mike that I got from my friend Wilk. I'm also gonna put it on screen when I get it. Cause I just like this Mike so much. I had to print him and just color him on my sketchbook. Cause he just looks so tiny and silly, and it's just, it's very cute. I love it. But yeah, I think this was inspired on that 3rd episode of Digital Circus, where I'm gonna spoil it, I guess. The episode with Kinger and Pomni, and it really reminded me of just Mike and Spamton, and like just Mike relapsing about his dead wife, quote unquote. With Host, and I wanted to do that kind of scene where they're running away, like, Mike, let's go. And he looks back, and then they never get to finish this page. And it would be Mike just looking at this ghostly apparition of Host and just calling them beautiful, and then just Pimpton just grabs them and they run out of there. But instead of doing that fascinating, gorgeous, wonderful scenario, I just glued a picture of Brian Griffin on my sketchbook, so my priorities aren't set. Okay, here's more recent stuff. The fucking cow image. Again, I started printing a bunch of stupid shit posts just to put on my sketchbook with no context. This is the Cherial and the Yule concepts. These are more recent. Now finally started to explore them, but it's also drawn during on the bus. But maybe the idea of Cherial. I really enjoyed the idea of the button being like stitched to look like a bow tie, because it's themed after tutorial, but I also want to like a Muppet, like Muppet hands, those kinds of hands that just like in Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I think it's the red guy who has hands like that. I want that kind of look. I think it would be really cute. Here's Mittens being very appropriate. Here's Yule, who's being a headache to design, but I'm really enjoying the idea of where I'm going with her. So some notes I wrote. Let me review this. Design review. Fluff looks too approachable. Consider older appearance. Notes. Embody the wire mother with energy and substance without love. Stone Butch. What's this? Krampus inspiration. The emotional equivalent of you have a roof over your head and food on the table. Why are you not grateful? Maker arrow aloe. That's it. That's the notes. Yeah, I just the idea of the wire mother and the cloth mother. I really want to do something with that. There's more Cherial noodles, doodles. Trying to get the hang of her silhouette. And here's her with Mittens, just doing a little kissy. I like her with maybe a poncho or like a scarf or something. Like just the little glasses. I'm not sure yet. I'm not fully sold on the little curly bang thing. This is naughty stuff. It's covered for a reason. Also, because I put the rainbow here and I saw the green one, I'm like, oh, it's like it almost has the colors of the aloe romantic flag, so I just put it here as well. Cherial. What is this? This is more vent art with Klieg rules, like bad anxiety RSD episode. Trying to comfort him, and Klieg realizes like Rose is really bad at comforting him, but it's like, how else do you want me to do this? I don't know if this is considered too spicy or not. I just wrote like I wanted to do the stupid trope of the smoking the cigar and then bed kind of trope. It's just Klieg like experienced intimate affection for the first time in his life, and then I put a stupid feeling inspired sticker on this. I don't know why, but on more serious notes. I was trying to explore more ideas for Yule, because this was just a deer with bangs, and like it wasn't working for me. Needed something else. So here's more concepts. I was just trying to figure out the idea. I got sold on the idea of the sideways mouth, the vertical mouth, because of the gift trots from Undertale. So that also led me to change the ears to be vertical, and it's mostly a lot of explorations of that silhouette. Also, I bought some Christmas washi tape from Tiger, so if you've seen this specific washi tape in previous pages, that was when I was like just censoring stuff before making this video. But this kind of washi tape is recent, and because it's Christmas and she's Yule, I think it fits. There's more silhouette concept. I like the idea of her like having a kind of a crooked neck or something, but I've already started her sprite by now. I don't think the crooked neck is going to go through. But yeah, there's more explorations. I wanted her maybe have like white eyes inspired on the Snowgrave Noel, but I also ended up like not liking that too much. And I was trying to sold on the idea of the snowflake silhouette, like maybe having antlers on the side, but also as like tusks. But then I'm overcomplicating this. This is gonna look like hell on the sprite, so I'm just gonna extra antlers may cause readability issues in the sprite. I tried this more geometrical idea. The idea was like, the wire mother, the robots, the unfeeling, but this ended up looking too distant. This didn't look like a character you could speak to. It just looks like a machine, like just something, I don't know, I wasn't feeling this direction for the character, so I kind of scrapped it. Then I got something I enjoyed more, which the inspiration was the determination extraction machine from Undertale, because it also has like the deer head, and there's like a bunch of theories about that, and I figured, okay, yeah, that has like cords and wires around it, and that I'm trying to do a deer character who has that kind of theming on it, so I've decided to go for that. And then I had some lore ideas for how to use that, so I think it's a good coincidence. I like trying to replace this idea of the second pair of antlers as like a thing under this. But I've since then like just added them, just doing like a little loop around the where the year would be. I'm not sure yet. She's still like slowly leaving development hell, but I'm slowly getting the hang of her. This is more doodles of Yule. Just trying to get her face right, trying to understand what she looks like. Here's more clay card stuff. This was like more stuff based on that fic. That fic, because like only like 2 people are reading it. Or like Click is just upset, and like Rules just joins him in bed, and he just spoons him. He's just holding him. And there's the aromatic rainbow again, because when I realized that, it made me really happy. Here's more Yule. That's fun. Here's the this is already outdated, but yeah, I like the loops around the thing, because I was basing it on the what's it called? You know, the I think it's Swedish, that Swedish goat that has like the horns that go around the head, and then you know the goat that people set on fire every year. If you don't know what that is, I'm just gonna put the image on screen. But I wanted to do like something more with that imagery. But I was slowly like getting the vibe more for the personality. And she has like a whole thing with Host, and Host is like, has a lot going on, which you know, it is what it is. This was from when I was at the hospital last week. I just glued my thing here, and I realized this is my full name. I just scratched my dead name, so I'm also going to censor this in post. I drew Yule's and Chariel's hands together. I want Yule to have like the 3-fingered hand, like a deer, but also I was thinking like the tubes from the extraction machine, like just coming out of her something, the wrist, I don't know. And Chariel just has like gloves. And this is the final page of this current concept. Before I started doing the sprite, this was the last idea I had. I tried to draw like the legs, just reindeer legs. There's a single Chariel.
Okay, so it's 2 days later, and while I was editing the video, I realized that the footage had cut off. But luckily, he cut off right at the last page, so you didn't miss much other than the usual. Thanks for watching. Like I mentioned, I've tried to make videos like this before, and I've never actually got around to posting them because I get scared and that whole thing. So I'm trying to post it this time around just to see how it goes. I kind of don't expect it to do that well, since it's kind of a longer video and more niche topics and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I wanted to thank everyone who's stuck around for this long, because I wasn't expecting the video to be like an hour long. I just talk way too much. If I keep going on tangents, I keep going. It's also this entire video was completely unscripted, in case that wasn't obvious. It further adds to the size of this thing. But yeah, if you stuck around for this long for whatever reason, first of all, why? But second of all, thank you. I genuinely appreciate just having people, just more willing to listen to me just ramble and yap on and on about things that fascinate me. I wouldn't be opposed to making more videos like this in the future, with a PNG tuber that's hopefully better synchronized with my voice, because I love how this looks, but they move so weirdly. So yeah, thank you, thanks for watching. I'm gonna start in a new sketchbook soon. If you're still here, just I don't know, let me know what you think. Let me know if this is the kind of video that you'd like to see more from me. Like I still have like a bunch of old sketchbooks lying around, and I wouldn't mind just going through them, even if it's there. But it's really old art. My sketchbooks usually take about like 8 months to a year to finish, so if I were to make something new, it would take that long, because I'm kind of a slow drawer, and well, I don't draw slowly, I just haven't had the same energy and time for things as I used to. Feel free to let me know what you think, because I would love to hear it. I read all the comments. Really curious to see if anyone just stuck around for this long to see what I have to say, even if it's just personal anecdotes and me just stumbling on words. So yeah, thank you and bye.